its weird-looking radar dome and absence of weapons, it's surprising to find that the Boeing E-3 Sentry is one of the most crucial aircraft within the United States Air Force. This unique and funny-looking aircraft is vital for military operations on the ground and in the air. Its powerful rotating radar dome serves as an airborne warning and control system, enabling military reconnaissance, weather monitoring, and communications tasks. Since its introduction, almost 50 years ago, in 1977, the E-3 has given the U.S. unparalleled defensive and offensive support. There are so many interesting things about this aircraft, and the details of how exactly the E-3 Sentry works together with the rest of the Air Force might be surprising to you. Let's take a closer look at this amazing aircraft. Welcome to Boost. Even though it features several advanced systems, the E-3 remains an aircraft that's almost 50 years old. The initial models were launched in the late 1970s, with the latest versions being deployed in 1991. Naturally, these planes demand considerable regular upkeep. The E-3 Sentry, a medium-sized aircraft, originates from the Boeing 707 commercial airliners. It measures 152 feet in length and has a wingspan of approximately 145 feet, all the while tipping the scales at an impressive 185,000 pounds. Given that the E-3 might need to be deployed immediately at any moment, the responsibility falls on the ground crews to make sure the aircraft is prepared for flight at all times. This involves checking the landing gear systems, basic avionics, and fluid levels first thing each day. An interesting maintenance task is that the maintenance crew needs to fill the aircraft with liquid oxygen to ensure the flight crew can breathe at high altitudes during emergencies. More extensive maintenance is often necessary for older planes, including the replacement of damaged drain lines and malfunctioning electronics. After each flight, the ground teams swiftly get to work, refilling engine oil, greasing the landing gear, and checking the engines for any signs of wear or damage. It's crucial that this aircraft performs perfectly at all times, given its importance to the U.S. Air Force. The E-3 doesn't stand out when it comes to speed, flying altitude, or maneuverability. Its primary function is to oversee a specific battlefield zone and supply data to commanders and air operations within that area. Elevating its radar high above the ground, it can gather more precise details on various factors, including approaching enemy planes and weather patterns, free from ground-level obstacles like hills and mountains. Such information is critical, not just in combat, but also for standard troop maneuvers. The E-3 can even detect that you haven't clicked the like and subscription buttons under this video, so make sure to do that as soon as possible to avoid any further measures by the Boost team. While almost any plane can act as eyes in the sky for ground forces, the E-3 Sentry has the capability to see much further. Although the flight crew itself is made up of a commander, the pilot, a navigator, and a flight engineer, monitoring and managing the vast information from the radar requires up to 20 highly skilled mission crew members. But how exactly does this radar work? The radar dome, measuring 30 feet across and 6 feet thick, has a range of about 250 miles. This radar delivers vast amounts of data every moment during flight. It's up to the mission crew to go through this data, usually in real time, to identify what's critical and what's not. As you can imagine, during warfare, information can be crucial for the success of the operation. Receiving the right information at the right time can even save lives. Equipped with such advanced hardware, the E-3 team can offer real-time updates on approaching aircraft. This capability is crucial not only for mission success, but also for maximizing the safe return of as many service members as possible. The E-3 Mission Control Room inside the aircraft consists of a series of monitors and computers where crew members carefully read the radar displays and data readouts. To guarantee they're well prepared to use this equipment, the U.S. military organizes specific joint drills like Century Aloha. This exercise involves several aircraft engaging in simulated combat scenarios near Hawaii, with some acting as allies and others as enemies. The task falls to the crew in the two participating E-3s to pinpoint and categorize the various planes, directing friendly pilots through the airspace. F-16s, F-18s, and F-22 Raptors from across the nation play different roles in this drill. Given the unique signatures and functions of each aircraft, the E-3 mission teams had to analyze and assess the radar data to accurately identify each one. Continuous data flow within the E-3 requires a team of specialists for precise interpretation. Such realistic air exercises offer critical hands-on experience that can't be matched by simulation training. For the E-3 Sentry to fulfill its duties effectively, it must be capable of staying in the air for long durations. Most E-3s have a flight range of about 4,600 miles, meaning around 8 hours of airtime. Yet, both offensive and defensive missions often exceed this time frame, making mid-air refueling crucial. This task is performed using something called the flying boom system. A KC-135 Stratotanker extends the boom from its rear to connect with the E-3's receptacle, positioned above the cockpit. Managing two sizable aircraft in such proximity presents challenges, but the critical roles they play underscore the need for precision in this operation. Luckily, the KC-135 can hold 33,000 gallons of fuel and transfer it quickly through the flying boom. Most crucially, the E-3 maintains its surveillance of the operational area even during refueling, ensuring continuous intelligence support to military forces without interruption. But while the E-3 Sentry is crucial for the military, it can't always be used for every mission. Aircraft carriers depend on the Northrop Grumman E-2 Hawkeye as their airborne early warning system. Similar to the E-3, the Hawkeye features a radar dome that delivers essential details about nearby ships, aircraft, and weather conditions during operations. It's even capable of identifying anti-ship missile threats early enough to initiate defensive actions. The design of the aircraft's body is similar to the older C-2 Greyhound cargo plane, and to fit on an aircraft carrier, the E-2's wings can fold, making it easier to store on a crowded deck. Although not the biggest plane to operate off an aircraft carrier, the E-2 pushes the capacity of the flight deck. It measures 57 feet in length and has an 80-foot wingspan, which helps create additional lift for extended flight durations. When positioned on the deck, the E-2 starts up its turboprop engines with its wings still folded. Then, the wings are unfolded and the nose gear connects to the catapult launch system. Launched at speeds exceeding 150 miles per hour, once airborne, the E-2 is able to relay comprehensive weather and defensive intelligence for about 6 hours. This information is vital for safeguarding the carrier, its personnel, and its fleet daily. Aircraft carriers are also super interesting, and once you've clicked the like button on this video and subscribed to Boost, and of course, commented your thoughts on this video, watch our video on the biggest aircraft carrier and warship ever built, the USS Gerald R. Ford, by clicking on your screen now. See you soon!